Welcome to Wasteland Games' Dumpsters on Review. This is where I go through the ever-expanding Steam library that I have acquired and will probably continue to acquire until I have no more money, and figure out which games are worth your time, hopefully. Today we're going over Forever Skies, which is in beta access right now. The game came out in 2023. And was produced by and developed by Far From Home. It is an Unreal Engine game. It has a lot of story elements and things like that built into it. They have to use environmental storytelling to tell the stories. And you get that with, like, journals and scanners, computer entries, data logs, all that kind of stuff. Your character has came down from a space station. You are looking for a cure for a pathogen that is going through the space stations, and your major thing right now is trying to get your airship built and capable enough that you can how should I put it? Well, so you can do whatever you want to do and find those materials as fast as possible and save all those people. I mean, the whole idea is you're saving yourself and you're saving your friends on the space station. Now, in the process of doing this, you're going to have an airship that is your base that you are going to want to constantly improve to go higher, to have better equipment on it, meaning so that you can find better and better gear and better items. The world itself is basically toxic to you if you're in the clouds. So you're going to try and stay as high above them as possible, only going down into the lower sections when you have no choice for a story element, so to speak. Your character's in basically a light spacesuit with an oxygen tank, and you are trying desperately to do, well, what's necessary. It's a fun game. The opening sequence puts me in mind of Rage from ID, the original one, when your character comes out of hibernation. And the other game that it puts me in mind of is The Raft, which is also a popular game that's currently out. The only real caveat with that one is if you fall in the water, you're not going to die. Here, if you fall into the green gas, you're going to take damage. In this world, you have creatures that you're dealing with. Mainly, it's invasive plants and insects. And the plants and insects are not really that bad if you have the equipment to deal with them. It's a matter of getting the proper equipment. As it is with any of these games, it's a matter of having the proper stuff. And you will get that eventually if you explore wide and far enough. And it has a bunch of environmental storytelling, and I mean just way more than any other game, because it's all they're really using to tell the story. That, some data entry points, but mainly environmental storytelling. And if you like this kind of game, you will probably appreciate it. Playing it by yourself is a little rough. It would be much better with 1 to 2 other players available just for shits and giggles, because, I mean, games are always more fun when you have friends. But you can navigate the whole game with a controller. They recommend that you use a plugged-in controller. If you try and use a wireless controller, the reason why they don't recommend that is signal interference, and sometimes the game doesn't respond well to it. The other thing is you could play this game completely with a mouse and keyboard. That works fine. Even whenever you're playing with a controller, you may want to keep your mouse handy so that you can go ahead and remove things in your inventory easier with the mouse, because the way it works with the controller, it can get kind of hinky and not want to work the way it's supposed to. But again, your main goals are to fly, upgrade, and customize your high-tech airbase, which is what you're going to do. And you're going to scavenge for resources to survive in a very Starfield-esque mining operation, or even similar game with similar, like No Man's Sky. It's got a very similar mining operation. Almost every game that gives you some type of gun or gear to mine with, that's pretty much what this reminds you of if you play it. It's done well, it's fun to play, it's very scenic, the storytelling's decent, it's got a few little odds and ends holes that could be patched up, which hopefully they will. Again, this is in beta. At the time of this, it is August 28th, 2024. So it's been out for a little over a year. Developer is still actively working on it, still putting out stuff. It's just genuinely fun. If you can get and maintain enough material to keep your ship and everything working the way you want it to, it's really kind of fun. The insects can get a little bit of an annoying, but overall, not that big a deal. There are ways to make your ship a lot more functional than I have mine currently. And you'll see that in the video that's been playing behind us. I've got my ship tweaked out because I'm just figuring out the game the same as anybody else that plays it. A lot of fun. Check it out. And thanks for watching.